Let's dive straight into a few things that you'll simply never hear from someone truly intelligent. These are the things left unsaid, the words avoided, and the mindsets that genuinely sharp people distance themselves from. An intelligent person doesn't need to brag about their accomplishments or subtly let others know how impressive they are. Why? Because genuine intelligence has nothing to prove. Those who understand their worth don't need constant validation. They realize that their actions and their knowledge will speak louder than any words ever could. Instead of saying, "Look at what I did," they're already looking ahead to what else they can learn, achieve, or improve upon. A wise mind isn't focused on competing, it's focused on growing. Alongside this, you'll also never hear an intelligent person make excuses for not having all the answers. They know the value of saying, "I don't know." To them, it's an invitation to learn, not a sign of weakness. When someone intelligent doesn't understand something, they're not afraid to admit it. They see it as the first step toward expanding their knowledge. They understand that a genuine seeker never pretends to be all-knowing, but instead remains open, humble, and hungry to know more. Saying, "I don't know," isn't an admission of defeat. It's a powerful acknowledgement of the journey ahead. Now, you won't find an intelligent person speaking ill of others behind their backs either. Gossip for them is a waste of time and energy that could be directed toward something meaningful. An intelligent mind doesn't look to tear others down because it understands that each person is on their path, learning in their way, making their own mistakes. They've moved beyond finding satisfaction in the faults or failures of others. Instead, they look inward, choosing to focus on bettering themselves rather than dissecting others' shortcomings. Intelligent people also avoid saying, "Yeah, it's too late to try." They don't believe in letting time define their ambitions or restrict their growth. They know that learning, adapting, and achieving is a lifelong process and debris, and they're willing to begin at any stage. Their mindset is one of continuous growth, always looking for ways to keep moving forward. To them, it's never too late to learn a new skill, explore a new field, or push through a new challenge. Time may be a factor, but it's never an excuse to stay stagnant. You'll also never hear a truly intelligent person say, "I'm better than them." Comparison is, in their mind, a flawed approach to understanding one's value. They know that measuring their worth by other people's achievements or failures is not only unproductive, but entirely irrelevant. Intelligence doesn't rest on the idea of superiority. It rests on the awareness of one's own strengths, weaknesses, and potential. They see each individual as unique, focusing instead on reaching their own best self rather than feeling superior to others. Furthermore, intelligent people won't say, "I can't do this." That phrase simply doesn't align with their outlook on life. They're aware that most things worth achieving aren't easy, but they don't let difficulty stop them from attempting. Instead of saying they can't, they ask, "How can I?" They recognize that challenges are a fundamental part of growth, and they lean into them rather than shying away. They embrace discomfort as a part of learning rather than using it as a reason to hold back. That's why, in their mind, "I can't" isn't even on the table. Now, one thing you'll rarely hear from an intelligent person is, "It's not my fault." They don't believe in passing the blame. If something goes wrong, they're the first to analyze their role in it and to look for ways they could have done better. This isn't about taking unnecessary blame, but about taking ownership of their actions. They see personal responsibility as the cornerstone of self-growth. By taking accountability, they ensure that each experience, whether good or bad, serves as a stepping stone toward becoming a better version of themselves. Intelligent people also avoid using phrases like, "It's always been done this way." They don't buy into blind tradition or static thinking. They're open to new ideas, different approaches, and fresh perspectives. They understand that the world evolves, and they're willing to evolve along with it. Sticking rigidly to tradition doesn't allow for growth, innovation, or discovery, all things that intelligent individuals value highly. They question norms, and they push boundaries to find better ways, never relying on the excuse of, "It's always been done this way." Then there's the statement, "I don't need help." Intelligent people understand that seeking help isn't a weakness, but a strength. They recognize that no one knows everything and that there's power in collaboration and shared knowledge. If they're struggling or in need of guidance, they have no issue reaching out, whether to a mentor, a colleague, or even a friend. They're aware that true intelligence often means knowing when to rely on others, embracing the idea that we grow stronger and wiser together. Also, you won't catch an intelligent person saying, "I'll do it later." Procrastination is not a habit they entertain because they understand the value of time and the impact of momentum. When they decide on a goal, they're already setting things in motion to achieve it, even in small steps. They know that putting things off only delays their growth and holds them back from potential opportunities. They're keenly aware of the power of now, of acting promptly rather than getting caught up in the endless cycle of later. An intelligent person refrains from saying, "I know enough." They see wisdom as an infinite pursuit, not a destination. The moment we think we know enough, we start limiting ourselves. Intelligent people embrace a learner's mindset. They're curious, they're open, and they're always searching for new perspectives, no matter how much they've already learned. For them, the journey of knowledge is ongoing and evolving. They see learning as a lifelong commitment, understanding that even the wisest individuals still have something to discover. "I know enough" doesn't fit into their vocabulary because they view intelligence as a process, not a finished product. Similarly, an intelligent person won't ever utter phrases like, "I'm too busy to learn something new." They value self-improvement and will make time for growth, even if it requires adjusting their schedule or making sacrifices. In their eyes, being too busy is simply a matter of priorities, and they're mindful about making room for what truly matters. They find ways to integrate learning into their lives, knowing that each new skill or piece of knowledge adds another layer to their understanding of the world. Another thing you won't hear from an intelligent person is, "I have all the answers." They understand the complexity of life and the diversity of human experience. Even in areas where they have expertise, they remain open to other viewpoints and respectful of different opinions. They know that wisdom often comes from embracing ambiguity, and they don't cling rigidly to one-sided perspectives. Instead, they welcome opportunities to challenge their assumptions and expand their understanding, knowing that true intelligence includes the flexibility to adapt. An intelligent person also steers clear of saying, "That's just the way I am." They don't let fixed notions of identity limit their growth. Rather than allowing their past to define them, they continuously evolve, shaping themselves into who they want to be. They believe in self-improvement, adaptability, and the power of change. If a habit or mindset no longer serves them, they're willing to let it go and embrace a new way of thinking. They understand that personal growth means being open to transformation, not staying rooted in old patterns. You'll also never hear an intelligent person say, "This doesn't affect me, so it doesn't matter." Empathy is part of their intelligence. They understand that even if something doesn't impact them directly, it may still matter in the larger scheme of things. They can see beyond their personal sphere and recognize that we're all connected in some way. Instead of being dismissive, they're often curious and interested in the experiences of others. They know that a narrow, self-centered view limits not only understanding, but also the ability to connect with and positively impact the world around them. Intelligent people also avoid saying, I'm too old for this." Age, for them, is just a number. They're aware that it's never too late to pursue dreams, develop new skills, or even change their entire perspective. They don't let the concept of age define their capabilities or aspirations. Instead, they focus on staying mentally agile and open, knowing that true intelligence transcends any boundaries set by age. Each phase of life, to them, is an opportunity to expand, grow, and find fulfillment in different ways. Another thing you'll rarely hear from an intelligent person is, "I already know how to do it best." They recognize that there's often more than one way to approach a problem, and they're open to learning from others, regardless of their experience or background. For them, every person they meet could offer valuable insight, so they're careful to remain receptive, humble, and adaptable. They avoid being set in their ways because they understand that true innovation often comes from exploring new approaches and ideas. And perhaps most importantly, intelligent people never say, "I'm done growing." The concept of a final version of themselves simply doesn't exist in their minds. They know that personal growth is limitless and that there's always room for more understanding, more compassion, more skill, and more wisdom. They don't strive for perfection, but for continuous improvement. They seek to be the best version of themselves at every stage of life, always aware that there's more to learn, more to experience, and more ways to contribute. Intelligent people avoid these limiting phrases because they recognize the power of their thoughts and words. They consciously cultivate a mindset focused on growth, openness, and responsibility, understanding that intelligence isn't just about what they know, but how they choose to think, act, and engage with the world around them. An intelligent person understands that each thought and word they choose contributes to their reality and impacts those around them. They're mindful of the energy they bring into conversations, knowing that words have the power to either uplift or diminish. This awareness translates into a level of respect and thoughtfulness that underpins how they communicate, avoiding negativity or closed-off statements that limit growth. They're also cautious about dismissive language, such as "this won't work" or "there's no point." Instead, they ask questions and explore possibilities before coming to conclusions. They realize that dismissing ideas prematurely shuts down potential opportunities, so they approach challenges with curiosity rather than resignation. Even in difficult situations, they maintain a flexible mindset, asking themselves how they might make it work rather than assuming it won't. This habit of open-ended thinking keeps their minds sharp and their outlook expansive. Furthermore, you won't hear intelligent people say, "I'll wait until I'm ready." They understand that waiting for the perfect moment or feeling fully prepared can sometimes be an illusion that holds them back. Instead, they take calculated risks and jump in, knowing that growth often happens through action and experience, not waiting. They know that readiness is often a byproduct of doing, of learning from the process, and of adapting along the way. They see that waiting for absolute certainty can be a form of self-sabotage, and they avoid letting that mindset restrict their progress. Intelligent people are also careful not to say things like, "I can't change." They don't believe in putting limits on themselves or others. They understand that while certain traits may feel inherent, most behaviors, habits, and ways of thinking can be reshaped through effort, self-reflection, and practice. They view adaptability as a cornerstone of intelligence, acknowledging that the ability to change and grow is essential for navigating life's complexities. By keeping this mindset, they remain open to transformation, continuously evolving in ways that align with their goals and values. And you'll rarely hear an intelligent person declare, "That's not my responsibility." They believe in collective responsibility and often go out of their way to contribute positively, even if something isn't directly assigned to them. They know that true intelligence encompasses a sense of responsibility for the welfare of others and the world around them. This doesn't mean they overextend themselves, but they recognize that small actions on their part can have meaningful impacts. They lead by example, understanding that responsibility isn't a burden, it's an opportunity to make a difference. On a similar note, intelligent people avoid saying, "I deserve more." They don't carry an entitlement mentality. Instead, they focus on what they can contribute and how they can earn what they seek. They know that the best rewards come from hard work, resilience, and humility. Rather than fixating on what they're owed, they channel their energy into continuous self-improvement and the pursuit of meaningful goals. This approach brings them a deeper sense of fulfillment because they're grounded in a mentality of earning rather than expecting. Another phrase they steer clear of is, "I don't have time." They understand that time is a matter of prioritization, and if something is genuinely important, they'll make space for it. They don't let the notion of a busy schedule dictate their lives, but rather actively manage their time around their most valuable pursuits. Whether it's nurturing relationships, learning, or working toward personal goals, they're intentional about how they spend each hour, knowing that time is a finite resource that should be aligned with what truly matters. Lastly, intelligent people won't say, "It's all about me." They understand that intelligence is often measured by how well one relates to and supports others. They're aware that self-centered thinking limits perspective and restricts growth. Instead, they look beyond themselves, focusing on how they can serve, uplift, and connect with the people around them. By doing this, they cultivate not only their minds, but also their hearts, creating a balanced intelligence that extends beyond mere knowledge to encompass empathy, kindness, and genuine respect for others. Intelligent people carefully choose their words, knowing that language shapes thought and thought shapes reality. They avoid statements that could trap them in negative patterns, instead building a vocabulary that reflects openness, curiosity, and a commitment to lifelong growth. This approach doesn't just make them more knowledgeable, it makes them more resilient, adaptable, and prepared for whatever life brings their way. Intelligent people realize that their words shape not only their perception, but also their potential. They know that each statement they make reflects their mindset, and so they're deliberate about speaking in a way that aligns with their values and aspirations. By avoiding limiting language, they cultivate an internal dialogue that fuels resilience, creativity, and open-mindedness. They understand that speaking with intentionality is a form of self-discipline. Rather than indulging in impulsive reactions, they take a moment to consider the impact of their words. This creates a sense of calm and thoughtfulness in their communication, which often translates to stronger connections with others. They see communication as a tool for clarity and understanding, not just a means to express themselves. Their words are chosen to uplift, to inquire, and to move conversations toward deeper understanding rather than idle chatter. This awareness also means they avoid using overly dramatic phrases like, "I'll never be able to do this," or "this is impossible." They know that exaggeration, especially negative exaggeration, can drain motivation and shut down potential solutions. Instead, they prefer to approach challenges with a realistic yet hopeful perspective. Rather than seeing obstacles as roadblocks, they view them as opportunities for problem solving, finding value in every setback as a chance to grow stronger and more skilled. To them, limitations are temporary, and they tackle problems one step at a time rather than surrendering to the idea of impossibility. Moreover, intelligent people refrain from phrases like, "I wish things were different." Rather than dwelling on how things should be, they focus on what they can actively influence. They see wishful thinking as a form of escapism, one that prevents them from making the most of their current situation. Instead, they practice acceptance, knowing that true power lies in embracing reality and working within it to create change. They find freedom in this mindset, as it liberates them from resentment and allows them to focus on constructive action. They realize that while circumstances aren't always ideal, their response to them can be. An intelligent person also avoids saying, "I'm just unlucky," as they don't rely on luck to shape their destiny. They understand that while certain factors may be outside of their control, the majority of their success depends on their efforts, mindset, and choices. When things don't go their way, they look inward, analyzing what they could do differently rather than blaming fate. By taking ownership of their path, they position themselves to learn and adapt, building a sense of self-efficacy that isn't reliant on external forces. To them, progress is rooted in action, not fortune. Another phrase missing from an intelligent person's vocabulary is, "I hate them," or similar expressions of hostility. They know that harboring resentment only drains their mental energy and clouds their judgment. Instead of wasting time on negative emotions toward others, they focus on understanding differences and, when necessary, setting healthy boundaries. By choosing compassion over hostility, they maintain a clearer, more peaceful state of mind, free from the burden of grudges. They understand that harboring anger doesn't affect the other person. It only restricts their own peace and potential. They're also careful not to say things like, I don't need to learn this." Intelligent people know that learning is endless and that every subject, skill, or area of knowledge has something to offer. Even if a topic doesn't seem directly relevant to their life, they remain curious and open, recognizing that knowledge is interconnected. They see value in a diverse range of insights, believing that each piece of knowledge has the potential to contribute to a richer understanding of the world. They don't limit their curiosity, knowing that intelligence grows through breadth as well as depth. In a similar vein, you'll rarely hear an intelligent person say, "I'm above this." Arrogance to them is a sign of insecurity rather than confidence. They see no task as beneath them if it serves a purpose or contributes to a greater goal. Whether it's a minor chore or a seemingly trivial responsibility, they approach it with the same diligence as they would a major challenge. They understand that humility is a core component of true intelligence, allowing them to stay grounded and connected to the reality of life's diverse demands. Intelligent people consciously avoid thinking, "I can't change my mind." They embrace flexibility, knowing that growth often requires re-evaluating previously held beliefs. They see adaptability as a strength, not a weakness, and they're willing to adjust their views as they gain new insights. This openness allows them to evolve continuously, keeping them from becoming rigid or dogmatic. They recognize that wisdom isn't about holding fast to a single perspective, but rather about expanding one's understanding over time. This adaptability keeps their intelligence dynamic, relevant, and responsive to the world around them. By actively avoiding limiting language and fixed mindsets, intelligent people create a mental environment that fosters clarity, resilience, and growth. They know that intelligence isn't static, but rather a process of continuous refinement, one that depends on keeping their minds open, their actions intentional, and their words meaningful. In this way, they don't just think intelligently, they live intelligently, shaping their lives and relationships with purpose, empathy, and an unyielding commitment to lifelong learning. Living intelligently for them is about cultivating habits and perspectives that empower them to navigate life with depth and authenticity. Intelligent people are aware that every thought, every choice, and every interaction shapes not only their own life, but also the lives of those around them. This awareness creates in them a strong sense of purpose and accountability. They understand that the way they show up in the world can serve as a positive force, inspiring others and contributing to a more compassionate, thoughtful society. Their commitment to intentional living means they actively choose optimism without falling into blind positivity. They don't deny life's difficulties or pretend challenges don't exist. Instead, they approach adversity with a problem-solving mindset and look for opportunities even in setbacks. They know that choosing to see potential rather than limitation allows them to navigate life with resilience, strengthening their ability to bounce back from obstacles and inspiring others to do the same. It's this realistic optimism that helps them transform challenges into stepping stones. Intelligent people are also keenly aware of the impact of their environment. They surround themselves with individuals who inspire and challenge them, avoiding the trap of remaining in stagnant or toxic spaces. They know that energy is contagious, so they choose to cultivate connections that nourish their growth and encourage their aspirations. This doesn't mean they avoid difficult people entirely. Instead, they engage with a balanced mindset, setting healthy boundaries while seeking to understand different perspectives. They approach relationships with both empathy and discernment, understanding that the people they connect with play a crucial role in shaping their journey. One of the most remarkable qualities intelligent people exhibit is the ability to find fulfillment in the present moment while striving for future growth. They're not constantly chasing an idea of happiness somewhere in the future, nor are they trapped in regrets about the past. Instead, they maintain a mindful presence, appreciating the here and now, aware that life is unfolding exactly as it should. This balance between contentment and ambition allows them to enjoy the process of growth, understanding that every stage of life holds valuable lessons. They're in no rush to reach a destination because they view life as an ongoing journey of discovery. Another defining trait of intelligent people is their ability to learn from criticism without internalizing negativity. They value constructive feedback and use it as a tool for self-reflection and improvement. However, they also know how to separate meaningful input from unwarranted judgments. They don't let negative comments define them or discourage them from pursuing their goals. This strength stems from a healthy self-confidence that allows them to evaluate feedback objectively, using what serves them and discarding what doesn't. In this way, they continuously refine themselves without being swayed by external opinions. An intelligent person also knows the importance of self-care and balance. They understand that true productivity and achievement are unsustainable without periods of rest and renewal. They make time to recharge, recognizing that mental and emotional well-being are fundamental to maintaining clarity and focus. By prioritizing their health, they ensure they're bringing their best selves to their pursuits and relationships. They don't see self-care as an indulgence, but as a necessary part of living intelligently, aware that only when they're whole can they truly contribute to the world around them. Intelligent people also practice gratitude, recognizing that appreciation for what they have fuels their happiness and fosters resilience. Rather than fixating on what's missing or what they should have, they focus on what's present and meaningful. This perspective doesn't make them complacent, rather it fuels a sense of abundance that makes their growth journey more enjoyable. They see gratitude as a grounding force, one that keeps them connected to life's small but significant joys. This outlook enhances their intelligence as it brings a level of emotional balance and contentment that isn't dependent on external achievements. Another powerful aspect of living intelligently is knowing when to let go. Intelligent people don't cling to situations, beliefs, or relationships that no longer serve them. They're willing to release what's not contributing to their growth or happiness, even if it's uncomfortable or requires making difficult decisions. They understand that clinging to the past or holding on to toxic dynamics only hinders their progress. Letting go is an act of courage and wisdom for them, as it frees up space for new opportunities and allows them to move forward unburdened by unnecessary weight. They're also adept at practicing forgiveness, both towards themselves and others. They recognize that everyone makes mistakes, and they don't hold on to grudges or regrets. By forgiving, they create inner peace, unshackling themselves from resentment and guilt that could otherwise drain their energy. They understand that forgiveness isn't about condoning wrong actions, but about freeing their own minds from the control of past hurts. This mindset allows them to approach life with a lightness and openness that fuels their emotional intelligence. In living this way, intelligent people embody a unique blend of awareness, adaptability, and compassion. They continuously strive to expand their understanding and deepen their empathy, building a life that reflects both intellectual rigor and heartfelt connection. It's this combination that makes their intelligence not only admirable, but truly inspiring, illuminating the path for others to live with purpose, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to growth. In summary, intelligent people are defined not only by their knowledge, but by the intentional, thoughtful way they live their lives. They focus on growth, remain humble, and continuously seek to understand and improve, both for their own fulfillment and to uplift others. Their approach is one of resilience, gratitude, and self-awareness, embracing each moment as an opportunity to learn and connect with the world meaningfully. By living with purpose and mindfulness, they set an example that intelligence is about much more than just intellect. It's about heart, integrity, and a commitment to making a positive impact. If you enjoyed this exploration of the mindsets of intelligent people, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that delves into self-improvement, purpose, and intentional living. Thank you for being here with us, and we look forward to growing together.